So, first, I have to give a shout out to Ashton Lewis because he was the first person to let me know or let find out who this person is right here in this picture. And his name is Nathaniel Berhow or Berhow. And he is the person, he is the kid that was responsible for the mass shooting that happened at Saugus High School in Santa Clarita, California yesterday. Like I always say, I don't go out and put this information out there until I get a name and a face. So I actually heard about this early yesterday. Probably early yesterday, and I was like, "Up there it is." And I said, "You know what's so crazy? I had just spoke up about how we haven't heard anything about any mass shootings in quite some time, and it was the video that I did about the Popeyes incident. Well, one of them." And I said, and look at what happened. Just maybe a day or two later, this happens, and I said, "Oh, somebody out there must have been watching my videos." But this is the guy. Well, this is the boy. I can't say guy because technically he is a minor, and I don't know what was going on with him, but he clearly had some issues, and you're about to find out why. So the article that I'm going to read from, of course, is from heavy.com, and you know they have their 5 facts that you need to know, but there's also going to be maybe some additional information in there that if it's not in this article, I will talk about as well. So it says, Nathaniel Berhow has been identified as the suspect in a shooting at Saugus High School in Santa Clarita, California that has left at least 2 people dead and 4 people, including the suspect, injured. Well, it's an update on that. It's actually, from what I've heard recently, is that I think 3 people so far have died from this shooting. The suspect is 16 years old. The shooting occurred on his birthday. The suspect is a student at Saugus High School. Authorities were alerted to the scene by a sheriff's deputy who was off duty when he heard gunshots while he dropped his child off at school around 7:45 a.m. So he started popping off early. This, like most times you hear them, they happen during the middle of the day or maybe even toward the end of the day. But he started off before the bell probably even rang. Video from the chaotic scene show sheriff's deputies swarming the scene and multiple victims being later removed from school on stretchers. Later, it was confirmed that a 16-year-old girl and 2 14-year-old boys had died as a result of the shooting. 2 wounded teenage girls, ages 15 and 14, are not in critical condition. Berhow was referred to as being in grave condition in a local hospital. Now, the reason why they say that is because, and they'll probably say it in the article, he actually shot himself in the head. Like his goal was to commit suicide, but apparently the bullet had another route to make because he didn't die. He shot himself in the head and he did not die. If he survives this, he will most likely suffer a lot of brain damage while being in jail. But I don't really expect him to live because if he is brain dead, they might just pull the plug on him. It said, "It is one of my worst nightmares as a sheriff." Los Angeles County Sheriff Alex Villanueva told reporters in the immediate aftermath of the shooting. There has been confusion about how many victims died in the shooting. ABC News and other outlets reported that a 3rd student had died, but the sheriff's office said they can only confirm 2 deaths. Here's what you need to know about Nathaniel Berhow and the Saugus High School shooting. Number 1. The suspect's gun was empty when it was recovered by authorities, so that means he unloaded the entire clip with his weapon. A motive and other details about the shooting have not been made public. That's going to take us a while to go through, Sheriff Villanueva said of the investigation into what led to the shooting. The sheriff later told the media that when authorities retrieved the gun using the shooting, a .45 caliber handgun, it was empty. Officials said the surveillance footage from the shooting showed the suspect remove the gun from his backpack and shooting at 5 students before shooting himself in the head. Police believe the gunman fled from the school after the shooting and began a search for him, releasing a description calling him a 15 or 16-year-old Asian male wearing a black hat, a black shirt or sweatshirt, and blue jeans. Saugus High School students' body is made up of 7% Asian students. So even while the Asian population prides themselves on being the model minority, they are the model minority apparently in this school, and the model minority is the one that popped off. I think the only thing that was surprising was the fact that he wasn't palm colored. It says live helicopter video from a house nearby the Saugus High School shortly after the shooting shows sheriff's deputies attempting to gain access. Erroneous reports suggesting that the shooter had died were later amended to say that he was in critical condition and was being transported to a nearby hospital along with the victims. Police obtained a warrant to search a home believed to be connected to the suspect, Sheriff Alex Villanueva told KTLA-TV. The house is located a few miles away from the high school. CBS Los Angeles reports that Berhow lived at home with his family. Local TV camera shows sheriff's deputies as well as ATF and FBI investigator on the scene at the home. Number 2. Berhow's father died in December 2017 at the age of 55. I don't know if I want to read about that because I don't know what that really has to do with this. So I'm going to just go on to number 3. Number 3, Berhow's girlfriend and mother are being questioned by authorities. Well, it's safe to say that it didn't have any incel tendencies because it said he had a girlfriend. Berhow's girlfriend and mother are being questioned by authorities, reports NBC Los Angeles. Speaking to Fox Los Angeles, a student named Maxwell said that Berhow hadn't been acting like himself in the days leading up to the shooting. Maxwell said, as far as I could tell from the recent days that I've seen him, he was looking kind of down and I guess just kind of depressed about something that happened. I didn't really ask him what it was that he was depressed about, but from what I could tell, he was different. He wasn't acting like himself. Number 4 says Berhow is a track athlete at Saugus High School. I still don't know what that will have to do with this, so I'm going to bypass that. And number 5 says an Instagram account with a message, Saugus, have fun at school tomorrow, is thought to be irrelevant to the case, so I'm not going to read that either. I said on my Twitter account that the last time I remember a mass school shooting, and I'm going to have to clarify this, the last time I remember a mass school shooting was in 2007 at V Tech. And I remember this vividly because I was about to turn 18 because I think it happened in April of that year, and my birthday was literally like maybe a week or a couple weeks before that happened. And it was an Asian guy, went into the classrooms and started popping off and firing off at the people before they actually did kill him. And I was getting ready to graduate from high school when that happened as well. Now, some people said that what about Elliot Rodger? Because, he had some Asian in him as well. I don't think he claimed his Asian side, and I don't think that the people that he killed wasn't the same number as the guy at VTech, and I don't think it happened on a school campus. I could be wrong. Then I had some troll come into my comment section on Twitter trying to tell me about this guy's father and saying that he was white. I said, well, first off, the model minority, this is very, well, allegedly unlike them. And number 2, if he was to identify as white, that's not going to look good for palm colored because we know when it comes to these mass shootings what to expect from them. So I don't think many people in the palm colored community are trying to claim this boy whatsoever. And someone was telling me the demographics about this area. They said that it's majority palm colored and Asian that live there. So this guy, if his father is white like this troll claimed he was, he had both worlds running through his veins. But looking at him, you can definitely tell and see the Asian in him just right around them eyes alone. And so, yeah, the model minority, this is their time to shine right here, I guess. I wonder if there will be other additional information. Right now it just seems like the toll count as far as the people that die and just keeps continuing to rise. I'm sure that if he was to go and if he was to die, no one would probably care considering what he did. Then I saw somewhere where they said he was a quiet boy. I said, up here they go with that crap. I said he couldn't be that quiet. I said if he was quiet, he sure wasn't that day, because he made a lot of noise that day in that school and around the establishment as we know, and probably around the world. I told y'all, I said they kind of quiet with these mass shootings lately, and look at what pops up. Look at what happened. But they love to claim that we are the heavy bad element in this establishment. Like I said, we have some rough around the edges people, but we ain't doing stuff like this. I can't remember the last time a mass school shooting happened that involved a black person, no matter what the age or the gender. But the fact of the matter is, this boy shot himself in the head and lived. I think that's the other shocking part, that he didn't die from that, because he shot himself point blank range in the head and still survived. But that's all I have right now as far as the story goes. I'm sure there's going to be some more developing news because it's still a fresh story. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments, and I will talk to you in the next one.